That includes a referendum in the small Wisconsin town of Mellen, where the school district is asking residents to increase their property taxes. If the district's referendum passes, homeowners could pay an additional $2.46 per $100,000 in property value. Now, the owner of a $100,000 home, for example, would owe an additional $246 per year. It is a sharp increase compared to many other referendums across the state, but it would only last for 3 school years. Mellen School's superintendent believes it is a more responsible route than longer gradual increases.
When you get to 5, 6 years, there are too many variables that come into play, and it would not be fiscally responsible of me to put that impact on the taxpayers.
If the referendum does not pass, the superintendent says it's possible they would look at consolidating the school. Mellen is one of 91 Wisconsin school districts putting a tax increase to a vote this year. We'll be, of course, tracking this referendum and dozens of other Wisconsin races tomorrow. Polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. all across the state. Be sure to stick with Northern News Now on air and online all day tomorrow. We'll have live election coverage, including the latest results from the polls and analysis from our political experts.